Hello, welcome to ACE Manager. Process and Governance Focus. ACE 49. Enterprise Risk Management. My content on managerial effectiveness will not be complete without reference to COSO's ERM framework. I am quite fond of this concept, so much that it has been creeping into my podcast in some form or other. I like to put together these concepts to the extent feasible in this podcast. I also like to dispel a couple of fallacies about ERM to help in its effective implementation. Whenever I speak of ERM with any of my professional colleagues or friends, they say, yes, we know about ERM. It's about risk management. We maintain a risk register. We classify risks into hazardous risk, operational risk, financial risk, compliance risk, and so on. We also conduct audits. Apart from this, I heard someone saying, we undertook ERM project last year and completed it. No, ERM is not a project. It is a way of conducting business. It is a way of governance. In fact, ERM is much more than risk management. It is about achieving organizational objectives, realizing that there are hurdles in the form of risk, mitigating them or managing them, eventually achieving the objectives. Once the focus shifts from risk management to achieving organizational objectives, expectations from ERM gain greater scope. Risk management is as old as the business itself. Conventional risk management helped in protecting the value in assets, mostly the tangible assets, whereas ERM helps in protecting and enhancing the value in assets, including intangibles. Let me elaborate. In our planning process, we look into the future through what we call event identification. Events can be having a downside, which we call risk, and an upside, which we could call opportunities. COVID-19 has been a major event in all our lives and played havoc all over. But for pharma and healthcare organizations, it was a boon since it offered many opportunities for growth. These organizations have gone back to the drawing board to revise their business plans. Planning, which enables performance monitoring, is an important process under ERM. We have covered business plans, annual budget, quarterly operating plan in our podcast on planning and performance focus. Fundamental strength of ERM is that it enables connecting frontline operations with organizational objectives. We need to have proper organization structure in place, supported by organizational objectives, departmental objectives, and related KRAs for managers concerned. This needs to be supported by proper information management infrastructure as well. I had seen some organizations which clean the slate and put some numbers whenever a board meeting comes up. This is not right. We should have proper information infrastructure with meaningful management reports generated out of authentic data through organized methodologies. In my podcast ACE21 on what is profit, we had noted that profit is net accretion to assets and that assets include intangible assets as well. Distinguishing ERM from conventional risk management, I said ERM protects and enhances the value in assets. Let us see how value in intangibles could grow under the umbrella of ERM. In my previous podcast, we looked at customer assets, employee assets, vendor assets, and so on. Now, let us see organizational assets. Important organizational assets are leadership, strategy, systems, processes, knowledge, reputation, and so on. How do we spot risks associated with these intangible assets? Signals will be available through quality failures, low employee morale, failures attributed to poor leadership, unclear strategies, inefficient processes, poor knowledge sharing, and material frauds. Conventional MIS focuses on operational efficiencies and financial information-based management reports. ERM-based MIS will additionally capture events relating to the above risks that we just talked about, conduct a root cause analysis, which may result in revising the processes, introducing controls if required, setting revised process goals and metrics, and reporting to the top management. ERM reports can also include value at risk reports to caution the management on possible value erosion. To sum up, ERM harvests existing value, creates opportunities, and improves performance. Whether we implement ERM in a formal way or not, it is certainly possible to use these concepts in our management and governance. Thank you for your attention.